When some think of the Northeast, they think of this. Not me. On Backwoods Angler TV, we'll take you to the other side of the most densely populated area of the country. Got it that time. Backwoods is an attitude. Backwoods is a state of mind. Backwoods can be in the remote sections of Maine or under a New Jersey interstate. Backwoods is where we live. Backwoods is where we fish. Backwoods Angler TV, your freshwater fishing authority for the Northeast. Catch it all here.
Brought to you by Ace Recreational Marine Insurance, insuring progress. Golden Valley Natural, all natural jerky and snacks. Dorsey Flashlights. And by
Backwoods Angler TV and G3, a great catch.
Candewood Lake, the largest lake in Connecticut, can be found in the western part of the state and is our destination today on Backwoods Angler TV. A man-made lake, Candlewood was created in the 1920s and is fed by the Rocky River and the Housatonic. With our licenses purchased, we were on our way to the lake. Today we're guided by Candlewood guide and bass tournament champion Paul Meuller. Even in the dense fog, Paul finds us a good spot on the lake and we're already reeling him in.
Oh yeah, that'll work. Well, that was cool.
Showing off for the camera, our guide hauls in the first fish of the day just as the lure falls out of his mouth.
How about that for a save?
You're good, dude.
I got lucky there.
Wow.
Not a bad date to start off
No,
the day.
that's a good way to start it. Today, on Backwoods Angler TV, I'm here with Paul Meuller on Candlewood Lake in Connecticut.
Just getting
Swim
warmed
bait
up.
fishing
Just
in
getting warmed
November,
up.
baby.
Nice fish.
All right.
A lot of times what they'll do, and that's a prime example, this is a small one I believe, but that fish hit it on the fall. So you have to be ready. Short hops, hits it on the fall. You got to be ready to set the hook immediately because a lot of times he'll lift up and he's there. I'll just sit down here and I'll land them. You know, I'm not going to fish. I'll just let you fish. What's he look like? Looks like he's the right species.
He's the right species.
He's hooked
Quite
barely.
the right size with the right species. Yeah,
Barely
look at
hooked,
that.
and that's the importance when we're fishing these blade baits. We change out, most blade baits come stock with treble hooks, and we change out that back hook to an octopus style hook. So when they bite it short like that, because they're not biting it, they're not eating it that good, you get them hooked like that. If that was a treble hook, probably wouldn't have hooked the fish.
That is such an important tip, too. You wonder why people miss fish. You may gladly.
Okay.
You're down there.
Take a cast right alongside me.
This is a precarious situation I'm in. I'm eating my Golden Valley natural beef jerky and he tells me, hurry up, cast. I'm fumbling around here. We went over what did we go over?
Don't worry, just eat that beef jerky. Don't worry about it.
Right species, wrong size.
There's one. That's the right size,
That's it.
I think.
I'll wait.
I might be. Let's see, let's see. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
This is what I get stuck with.
Oh yeah. That'll work. You think that'll work?
That's a good umbrella rig fish, huh?
I'd say so.
So how'd you work that deal out, Paul, where I get the 11-incher?
Well, because you're showing them one minnow and I got 5. I got 5 minnows.
I riled that bunch of them up for you. That's what I did. That's why.
When they eat it, it's vicious. What a gorgeous looking fish though. That is a true bronzeback. We'll let her go to swim another day.
I'm glad I could get that school revved up for you there with my little dink. Cool.
Dude, there is a pile of fish here.
Backwoods Angler TV brought to you by Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line. Zico shoes. Shimano. And by Case Plastics, makers of the sinking salty shad.
Coming up on Backwoods Angler TV, Paul unleashes the Alabama Slammer,
That's some hardware.
and the cold sets in on our second day at Candlewood.
I don't think we've ever done nothing in the sleet before.
That might be 3.5. Good smallmouth.
Backwoods Angler TV presents Coldwater River Fishing Secrets. In this seminar series on DVD, Blaine and Chris cover all your questions. Where, when, and how to locate river smallmouth in the coldest weather. For this and other DVDs on bass fishing techniques for any situation, visit backwoodsanglertv.com.
North America and International Fair Chase is a full-time hunting and fishing consulting service. Contact us to discuss how we can make your dream trip a reality. Huntwithbutch.com.
Klein Farms Dairy and Creamery, located in Forks Township just north of Easton, offers you wholesome natural foods straight from the source. We are licensed by the state of Pennsylvania to sell raw milk, and also available is our all-natural yogurt, mozzarella, ricotta, and flavored cheese spreads. Check out our large assortment of artisanal cheeses, including cheddar, Colby, and Gouda. We also carry beef, eggs, and local honey. So buy fresh, buy local. Stop by Klein Farms Dairy and Creamery today.
The Coopersburg Diner and Family Restaurant, conveniently located in the center of Coopersburg on Route 309 between Allentown and Quakertown. Come and enjoy great homemade entrees, delicious desserts, and friendly atmosphere. Now offering corporate and private catering for your family celebration, business banquet, or any special occasion. Open daily from 5:30 a.m. until 10 p.m. Come see why everyone loves the Coop.
Eric J. Conrad, Mark B. Stanziola, and Paraskevula Mamunez of Thomas Conrad & Conrad, a firm providing over 25 years of personal injury and family law practice. An unexpected injury can be an awful and painful experience, and medical bills can pile up. Let us help you get the money you deserve. There's no fee if there's no recovery. We also handle divorce, custody, support, and more. Plus, we have multiple offices throughout the Lehigh Valley and surrounding areas for your convenience. Call today.
Welcome back to Backwoods Angler TV. We're being guided by Paul Meuller Fishing in the autumn on Connecticut's largest lake, Candlewood. Bass fishermen know that the autumn can be the best time of the year to be on the water. Smallmouth bass feed up for the long New England winter, and on lakes like Candlewood, the main forage is bait fish. Using your electronics, locate pods of bait fish and use a minnow-imitating bait like a swim bait or an umbrella rig to trigger bass into a feeding frenzy.
Today on Backwoods Angler TV, I'm here on Candlewood Lake. Candlewood guide Paul Meuller just laid into a Alabama rig smallmouth. There's a lot of fish in this lake that size, aren't there?
A lot.
Man, oh man.
That's some hardware.
A lot of smallmouth like that.
Oh, yeah.
Now, what kind of line are you using on that rig?
I like, a lot of guys throw braid on their Alabama rigs, and I like throwing fluorocarbon. Part of it because of clear water, but the main thing for me is the fluorocarbon has more stretch than the braid, and I've lost a lot of fish with the braid due to the hooks bending out or tearing out. It seems like I land a lot more fish with that 20-pound Gamma Edge fluorocarbon, and as far as durability goes, you're not going to break this line.
So you're throwing 20 there.
Yeah, 20-pound Gamma Edge.
Which bait was that fish on?
It was on the trailer bait, and it seems like what this, mimics is a school bait fish coming through the water. And this is the one that's behind the school, behind the pack, the weakest link.
We're marking fish here, but like you said, it seems like they're kind of scattered, like singles.
Yeah, because they're moving around, they're not staying put. That's the kind of the bad thing about when you're fishing bait. When you're fishing structure, they'll sit on a particular area, but when it's bait, they could be anywhere. And that's why it's like when you catch one, you have to remember that cast, because you'll have windows throughout the day where you got to capitalize on your opportunities.
Especially this time of the year.
Oh yeah. This lake is, it's a structure fisherman's dream. You know, this lake was flooded. It's got a lot of road beds, old stone walls, house foundations, old foundations for houses.
Yeah, you showed me that on the...
Bridges still intact. I mean, it's just endless, endless. Old river channels. Look how fat that is. You know, and all
classic
those
bass habitat.
Exactly, and they relate to all that stuff at some point in time throughout the season. Using that little fish head spin and a Rains rock-fied swim bait. I like that fish head spin in this overcast conditions, a little bit of flash rather than just a jig head in a swim bait. Got one, got one, got one. There he is.
They moved out.
I just saw a school of bait. Oh my goodness, this is a big one. What we did is the sun came out, and what they did is typical smallmouth. They're up shallower in the morning. Oh yeah, this is a good one. And the sun came out, and what they did is they schooled up on the adjacent break, the sharpest drop in the area we're fishing. We were fishing, you know, in the teens to 20s, and now we're fishing 26 to 30 foot. And there is a pile of fish here. Ooh. And that is a grown one.
That's a toad there, bub.
That one will definitely help the cause.
That's a real one there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Oh, my, he's right.
Oh, my.
That's a good one. Oh, yeah. Look at that,
That's
huh?
a chunk, huh?
Look at that. And he hit it as soon as I marked that school. That's a beautiful thing about these Alabama rigs. I mean, it's lights out. That fish is probably a 3 3/4 pound fish.
Yeah, that's a chunk.
That's a really nice one.
That's a good fish.
Very healthy. I mean,
woo! Wow.
That's what's in here. There's a ton of fish in here like that in this lake.
Don't go away. More from Candlewood coming up on Backwoods Angler TV. You don't want to miss it. It's only going to get better.
Backwoods Angler TV is brought to you by the Delaware River Smallmouth Bass Fishing Handbook. Tips and techniques, tactics and information on seasonal patterns for any river situation. These are the techniques Blaine uses 200 days a year guiding on the Delaware River. Pick up your copy today at shop.backwoodsanglertv.com.
As anglers, we really need to understand the importance of both eye protection and eyewear. SolarBat is determined to offer performance polarized sunglasses for all sports enthusiasts at a great value so that all customers can afford performance polarized eyewear. For an added value, BWA TV fans will receive 10% off the original price when they enter the promo code BWATV at checkout at solarbat.com.
When it comes to fishing, there's a fine line between failure and success. There's a fine line between winning and losing. There's a fine line between the trophy and just another fish story. That line is Gamma. Gamma, molecularly altered fishing line.
Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by Wacky Worm, SolarBat, Rapala, Lakeside Marine in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, and by Case Plastics.
Welcome back to our second day on Candlewood Lake here on Backwoods Angler TV. We start our day here at the Homestead Inn in New Milford, Connecticut. The Homestead has a variety of room options to choose from. There are motel-style rooms, a 2-room suite for longer stays, or the quaint bed and breakfast style rooms of the main house, with a hearty country style breakfast served early so you can hit the water, the homestead has a lot to offer an angler and his family. Autumn weather is moving in, and we're heading out onto the water. Like many New England lakes, Candlewood performs best when the weather is at its worst. With 40-degree water temps and air temps in the 30s, you'd better prepare yourself to be comfortable in foul conditions.
It's sleeting. That's a new one for BWA, huh? I don't think we've ever done nothing in the sleet before. People don't realize, in all honesty, how good smallmouth fishing can be in this miserable weather in November. Fished it 3 times.
Got one?
Yep.
Good one?
He said 3 times he hit it. Boat here. Respectable fish. Foul weather fishing for cold smallies. Yeah, that fish popped it 3 times, man.
Cool.
3 times. There are just ooh, you got I popped the little vessel there with the hook. Sorry, dude. Didn't mean that. He almost backed himself back up in your boat, Paul. That was a cool move. Yeah, that was one, Paul. You told me before how they're going to hit it a lot of times on this swim bait. I'm moving it so slow and just tapping. That fish popped it 3 or 4 times and never took it.
Absolutely. I mean,
and then he hit it.
When they're inactive like that, they'll stun it a couple times, and then as long as you're not trigger happy.
Well, he hit it like 3 or 4 times, and it was just like little panfish taps.
Yeah.
And then the last time he hit it was a harder hit, and that I just figured, okay, and then he had it. Without the Gamma Torque braid, you are not going to feel them fish. It is remarkable the difference. I mean, to throw the Polyflex or even the edge, straight. I throw straight fluoro. This is all the difference in the world to feel those fish the way they're in. When bass eat a minnow, they'll hit it to stun it, because then it's easier. They can hit it and they can mess it around. From my experience, a bass usually hits a minnow head first, and they put it back into their crushers. This time of the year, what they're going to do, because they don't move a whole lot, they're just not going to move much. And when they're going to eat that bait, they're going to hit it to stun it, and then they'll come back and they'll eat it again. And without the braid, without the Gamma Torque, you're not going to feel that. When I guide people on cold days, like if they're catching fish and it's foul, you don't even hear them complain about the weather. It just
no, yeah, you don't.
They're catching fish. They're not catching fish and it's foul. Yeah, they're really cold out here.
It warms you right up, man. Some of the best fishing on this lake is when the weather's the worst. We're just starting to get into the good fishing. I mean, late November, December, it can be spectacular if you can tolerate the cold weather. There's some big fish to be caught. You catch the biggest fish of your lifetime this time of year. Late in the fall and then into the winter and early spring are the best times to catch a true trophy.
Somebody said one time too that sleet actually makes the smallmouth bite better.
Oh yeah? Well, it makes my hands colder.
That's a spunky one there.
Ooh yeah.
Come on, dog. Where you going?
Good thing you got Gamma fluorocarbon. You don't have to worry about that fish breaking you off. Even 8-ton test, man, that stuff is so tough. Just got to worry about keeping them hooked. Oh yeah, that's a good one.
He fought bigger than that.
He looked like he was bigger too when he flashed. Did he shrink? Oh, my hands are so cold. I tell you what, if it wasn't for catching fish and Cabela's guide wear, we'd be freezing out here, man.
We'd be in.
Still a nice fish, though.
That fish felt 4 pounds. He fought like a champ. This one has some shoulders.
Come here, fish. Let me see what you look like. Oh, that's a two-hander.
How about it? It's about time, man. All right.
Look how this fish is hooked. It'll come right out. That is a...
That's a Candlewood smallmouth right there. And another foul weather day. If it's BWA TV, it's going to be ugly out here, man. Connecticut smallmouth fishing today with Paul Meuller, my boy. Here's an interesting thing. When I'm fishing on the river with jigs, hair jigs, tubes, shaky worms, any kind of bottom bouncing bait, I will teach my clients, if the bait gets stuck and it pops free, a lot of them have a tendency to reel it back and cast again. Don't do that, especially with cold water smallmouth, because they are down there, they're staring at the lure a lot of the time before they eat it anyway, and if it gets stuck, it's down there and it's kind of wiggling around on a rock or a stump or something. If it pops free, that will oftentimes trigger a bite. I think that's what happened there. That thing was stuck and it popped free, and I moved it 2 or 3 cranks and that fish just popped it really hard.
That's awesome. It doesn't get any better than that.
All right, baby. Be right back. Don't go away. There's going to be plenty more to come.
During the break, visit the shop at backwoodsanglertv.com. We've got DVDs, books, lures, and more.
What is with this fish?
Tips and techniques for fishing in the Northeast or wherever you are.
That is a quality bass, no matter how you slice it, no matter where you catch it. Unforeseen accidents on the water can and will happen on occasion. If you do happen to suffer a boating accident, you'll want insurance that includes all coverages you'll need to get you back on the water quickly.
Ace Recreational Marine Insurance provides all this, plus added coverage for your fishing equipment, protection against uninsured boaters and theft, and even coverage for tournament bass boats. All for a reasonable price.
I'm Blaine, and this is why I have my boat insured with Ace. Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by Ace Recreational Marine Insurance. Catch it all here. Mountain Man Outdoor Supply, a leading wholesale distributor of hunting and fishing supplies. Highest quality yet affordable gear for the outdoorsman. Family operated, located in Central PA. Visit mountainmanoutdoorsupply.com. Nice fish. What's his secret? It's wacky worm, where bass is king. Crankbaits, spinnerbaits, jerkbaits, and more. Check out our 70-foot wall of plastics. Over 800 rods and reels from the leading manufacturers, plus our own handcrafted jigs and soft plastic lures. For tons of tackle and friendly service, Wacky Worm, the true secret in fishing.
KGT Unique Gifts. With one stop, you can show her how much you really appreciate all she does at home. Visit www.kgtuniquegifts.net.
Planning a trip to the shore? Make the Cape Cod Inn your destination, or a family-friendly motel just steps from the beach. You'll love those Wildwood days. Check us out and book your room today.
Do you own an outboard jet motor? Backwoods Angler TV's new DVD, 30-minute PM Outboard Jet Preventative Maintenance, is sure to save you money from repairs, and it will keep you on the water and on the fish.
Have Blaine Mengel speak at your next game, dinner, or church event. Contact Blaine at backwoodsanglertv.com for bookings.
Today on Backwoods Angler TV, Paul Meuller of Paul Meuller Fishing takes us out on Connecticut's largest lake for some foul weather fishing. 11 miles long and over 5,000 acres in size, Candewood is one of the premier bass fishing lakes in the Northeast. Smallmouth are locked down today after the cold front has moved in, and we're catching the most aggressive fish at each location. When fish are being stubborn, you must be flexible and creative to get them to eat.
He's been caught. These fish are pressured. You know, you gotta change up your presentation. And what we were doing today is throwing that fish head spin with a swim bait. That little bit extra flash makes the presentation that much better in the low light.
What are you thinking?
Well, I'm thinking based on the conditions, you know, these frontal conditions that we're having, I think we have to try to hit water, be a little bit more efficient rather than sit on an area and try to figure them out. We're gonna try to hit the high percentage areas and look for those active fish. We're just gonna keep going around and trying to find these fish, wolf packing around bait, and if we're not getting bit, we're gonna keep moving.
Let's go. I'm with him. He says move, we move.
Got him, right at the boat, right at the boat.
Well now.
Okay, I think we figured something out.
That's a crankbait.
That is a crankbait.
What was your thinking on that?
So we're fishing and the wind starts picking up a lot. And this is a nice fish actually. He hit it right at the boat. That was pretty exciting. We're marking a lot of suspended fish. So I said, and we're having a hard time with our presentation. Sometimes with these post-frontal conditions like we have right now, we want to get a reaction bite. And that's why I picked up that crankbait. The wind is the main deal. If the wind's blowing hard, you can catch them on these reaction bites. It's a solid fish.
That was a good fish.
I'm gonna let that one go and try to catch another one. That was really cool. I mean, he hit it as the bait was curling up back to the boat. And the thing is, I probably would have lost that fish if I didn't have a glass rod. And your theory was the sleeting turns on the smallmouth appetite.
That's right.
It also turns on my appetite for some of that Golden Valley beef jerky. Because I'm getting mighty cold.
Grab that bag. There we go.
Oh, this is the perfect time. See, you just triggered a feeding frenzy right now. It doesn't take much. The cameraman's eating a piece, I'm eating a piece. Oh, smashed it, man. Talk about a reaction bite.
Good fish.
Nice fish. He felt bigger than he was, but he's still a nice one. He felt like a 4, but that's a 3-pounder.
Oh. They all feel bigger today.
That might be 3.5.
Good smallmouth.
Oh man, look, he got it. Reaction bite.
Finishing the day on a reaction bite on crankbaits. The front came through, it got cold, it got windy.
Gotta make them eat.
That's
awesome. Man, I tell you what a difference, huh?
Yeah.
But
good fish though.
Yeah, nice fish. Well,
from my man Paul Meuller, this has been
had a great time, man.
Awesome.
We froze our butts
Sleet,
off.
rain, wind, and some fish.
That's it.
BackwoodsAnglerTV.com for more information. From Candewood Lake, I'm Blaine Mangle. Good fishing.
See ya.
Backwoods Angler TV, brought to you by these fine sponsors.